Namaste YouTube, welcome to CAFE ENOMA and welcome to our reaction to Hotel Books. And the name of the song is Nothing Was the Same. This is the first time that we are going to react to Hotel Books as well as this song. This is going to be a first time single leg honest reaction.
Fascinating name for the band or artist. Hotel Books. Perhaps some connection with a hotel. Worked in a hotel, owns a hotel, lived in a hotel for a long time. Let's get started.
I chose to believe every word I was fed, and I thought the coals on my back were a product of the lack you left when you stepped back and racked your brain for a reason to stay. But you could not seem to formulate any such thought in your head. So you left with nothing more than a reason you kept silent, and my mind would riot, stuck in self-perpetuated mental violence and dreams kept private. The ambition to fix this wish list of selfish, misfit, realist missions contained within a vision of wishful thinking and seeking deep into a new bit of misproportioned emotions, leaking through a seeping truth constructed by my need to feel important. When you would look back and think of all the little things you regret, I just wanted you to think of me when you think back to all the things you regret. I spent so much time convincing myself that the rest of this mess that I stressed within this relationship was a product of the world's impressions, not my deep desire to be needed. And it's hard to admit, but I guess I've come to terms with the fact that I just want to be needed. And I convinced myself that I needed to be needed. And if that was true, I would still be smiling like you still today, but for different reasons. I chose to dismiss the possible instance that the lips I love to kiss could form the words goodbye. And it was a simple lie, but I told it to you like the captain of a sinking ship, choosing to believe the bottom of the ocean was a better source of oxygen. It's so nice, and I still chose to believe I misinterpreted your dialect and everything you said about it. Your diction, your diatribe, posture, body language, and connotations all pointed in the same direction. The selection of contingent messages postponed until further notice, because I was ashamed to admit the problem and pretend your happiness came from me and that your happiness was important. But we aborted the sordid truths we once distorted when I saw the shape of your dress when you wore it, and that was enough until it wasn't, and that's when you finally felt supported. So the others courted you and you mentally recorded and endorsed the force before the compliments you received came in, and you felt empowered enough to take your final bow and find love within the arms of another instead of this heart of mine. And that's fine, because I would do the same and I would leave me, not because I'm useless and not because I'm broken, not because I'm sad and not because I'm worthless, but because I saw value in your smile and not in your values. And I'm sorry, and I love you. And that's why I can finally sleep at night, because you are free and you can thrive. And I'm just happy I gotta be a part of your life. I'm just happy I gotta be a part of the journey that you call your life. And I finally feel fine, cause I spent so long trying to change you, not realizing I was the one who needed to change. I was selfish to assume you loved me more than you love yourself, even though I never felt the same. And there's so many things that my selfishness tried to take away, but you were the one that was the hardest to watch walk away. But thank you for letting me be a part of everything you were building and creating and fighting truth in life, and you were relating in so much beauty. And I love you, and I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. Thank you for letting me be me. And thank you for setting me free and showing me love in its full capacity.
Nice. Wow, beautiful singing, or rather rapping. If you like this kind of music, I'm sure you love NF.
Yes.
Listen to, watch our reactions to NF or listen to his songs. You'll know why we're saying that. I absolutely love the way of singing. I love the emotion, increase in emotion towards the end as it became more and more personal and more emotional. Very well written by Cam Smith. very well sung by Hotel Books lead vocalist. Beautiful, beautiful song. Ended with a rock outro. I liked it a lot. Yeah, this is how many relationships go in the modern world, and very well said. Let's see what Kirti has to say about it all. I'm sure she enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, this was powerful. This was powerful. You actually get tears. I mean, I don't cry very often, or I don't feel that emotional. I'm not very sentimental person, but I had tears almost till here. It could fall out any moment if the song prolonged any further. It gave me goosebumps while listening to it. All towards the end, it became very, very intense. Initially, it was more like a conversation from the rapper, and then towards the end it became much more emotional. It was like confrontation and everything. So I like this kind of rapping, and this is the reason why I used to enjoy. I have enjoyed NF as well. When rap is done properly, when rap is done with emotions, when rap is done with all the right feelings in your body, this is the kind of impact you see on a listener. And I like the impact of Hotel Books on the first listen. This is the first time ever that we are listening to them, but this was powerful, very, very powerful.
If this is what they sound like all the time, I would love it. I would love listening to them on a regular basis. This is a really good band. Should I call them band or group?
Oh yeah,
because you usually call it a rap group.
Yeah.
But anyway, it sounds like it's rock. It may be different for different songs. Very well done, very well done. And like Kirti said, the narration to start with, like a one-sided conversation, and then moved into a complete outpouring of his emotions, his thoughts, the decisions he made as the captain of the ship in their relationship. He thought that the bottom of the ocean they would get a never-ending source of oxygen, but it definitely didn't work out that way, as we know. And common sense is not so common, and he was human enough to admit that. He was, human enough to say what are his faults, what were his shortcomings, what possibly went wrong between them. And at the end, he's just opening out and saying openly, sincerely, honestly, in a pure, raw, innocent manner, just like our reactions go. He poured his heart out and said, I love you, I care for you, I'm sorry for what I've done. This is beautifully done, beautifully done. And you can really connect with songs like that. No matter whether you're in Mumbai, like both of us right now, stranded at home in this lockdown because of the deadly Wuhan coronavirus pandemic, or whether you're in some part of America such as Los Angeles or Baltimore, I'm sure you'll be connecting with these lyrics just as much as someone in Paris or someone in Amsterdam or someone stranded in Real Madrid right now.
Yeah,
in Madrid, not Real Madrid, but it's getting pretty real in Madrid right now, isn't it? Anyway.
You know what is so depressing right now at the moment? I love this song, and this kind of emotion that towards the end of the song, the kind of emotion that was poured out, that was displayed here, that is the kind of emotion I have right now because of this lockdown, because of the losses that we are occurring, because of the people who are dying, because of the people who are serving us and who are putting their lives at risk. What feels bad, I am human. I'm not above human, and I have to say it because it pains me every moment that the country where it all started from, the place where it all started from, they are back in the business and they are back to be as usual. And while the rest of the world is suffering, it's a shame. It's a shame.
It's kind of irony also. It's kind of little bit amusing also. How has that happened? In the last 15 days, we have seen 150 countries have been struck by the deadly Wuhan coronavirus. How did it happen in 15 days? How did it happen? And the unique and the strange part of it all is that unless I'm wrong, very few people who are pilots of airplanes and crew, air hostesses, pursers on those airplanes have actually got the virus. Which is kind of strange when you think of it, that so many thousands and thousands of people were affected at airports and inside planes. How come the people who actually serve the food to us, the people who touch the sides of the planes, maybe 50, 60 times in a shift, or seats while they move around, trolleys, how come they haven't got it? So, I'm just a counselor asking questions. I'm very, very curious as a psychotherapist and I ask questions a lot. I find it really strange when pilots, air hostesses and pursers haven't been affected by the deadly Wuhan coronavirus and the rest of the world has. How come?
There is a term BAU, business as usual, that is happening in one part of the world, major part of the world. And also I would be personally, as a human being, I would be dreaded in the future if I have to touch anything that comes from China, because what came out isn't really pleasant.
Yeah, that has definitely changed my mindset personally. I'm not someone who makes hasty decisions, but based on what has happened in the last few days and weeks in our country and around the world, I must say I personally vow never to buy a product from that country again. And it will be difficult because
things shifted.
They do have a lot of products in our market, but that's a decision I have made. And coming back to this song, thank you. Thank you, Wuhan. Thank you, coronavirus, for giving me more time, valuing my life, valuing my children, valuing my wife, valuing my siblings, my close friends. I can't see my close friends or siblings right now because we are in different parts of the world. But I value my relationships, my connections that I have with certain clients and students and even patrons. I value it a lot thanks to Wuhan and the coronavirus. Because if it wasn't for this pandemic, I wouldn't have realized the deep value of these things right now, of these people, these things in my life. I've realized the value of the internet. Thanks to the internet and thanks to YouTube, we are still here, coming to you live as an unpaused, impromptu, spontaneous recordings, without pausing the song, without pausing our recordings, coming to you as if it's a live recording, posted just a few hours at times or less than an hour before we record, after we record it sometimes. As in the case today, we have done a few recordings, 4 of them are already online. The first few we did are already edited and online. REO, Speedwagon, Europe, you have so many, and this may go many days later because there's so much of a hectic schedule this month with counseling, with our home activities, planning things, spending a lot of time.
Things like that.
Yeah, and these songs put things in perspective. Our life, we learn so much about the days gone by, our relationships only once we've been through it or we're stuck bang in the center of it, as it is the case now for many of us.